YouTube, what it do? We back at it, man. Stranger than heaven. Drop some combat, some gameplay that we want to look at. This is one of the games that I was very excited for. Them having Snoop Dogg in it, them dropping Tupac, the reveal of Tupac in it. Like I'm very excited about the story as well. But like now that I know that like the combat is kind of fire, I'm even more intrigued to play it. I didn't play none of the previous what's it called, Yakasaki or Yaka, I don't know. I never played none of them games at all. So this will be my first type of game like this. So let's hop into it. Let's see what the combat looking like. And y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Let's go.
I just got to play Stranger Than Heaven, and no, I did not see Tupac. In fact, the entire
Oh, come on, bro. The first, like, come on, man. We try to see Tupac. Y'all already know. Like a lot of new. You gonna have a new fan base when it comes to like this game because of Tupac and Snoop Dogg. Just to keep it all the way above.
Combat based, so no story spoilers here. We're just gonna talk about combat, and
okay.
I came away from it pretty surprised, to be honest. For those of you unaware, the way Stranger Than Heaven's combat works is it is dynamically left and right based. So
okay,
left bumper
left
and left
right
trigger control your left hand and right.
So they saying that the left trigger, left bumper controls the left hand, right trigger, right bumper controls the right hand. I don't know if I'm gonna go PlayStation controller for this game or my game size controller. I've really been loving the game size controller because the game size controller just feels right. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to play with, but who knows?
Bumper and right trigger control your right hand. Then
okay.
On top of that,
so probably light and heavy on each side.
Weapon types. I think there's like 15, 17 plus in the actual game, but
damn.
In the demo we only got to play with 3, which is a knife.
So there's a demo?
Giant like crowbar, and then
oh shit, there's a demo. Why I didn't know about the demo? Is the demo on Steam? I'll drop the demo on the channel today. If I can go get it today, then I'll drop the demo on the channel today for sure.
Fists. I guess your fists count as weapons. So got to kind of go through a series of combat trials with the different characters, each kind of focusing on using one of these different weapon styles. The first being just your fists. And the first thing I did is I tried to just mash the button and punch them like I'm playing a Yakuza game, and I died immediately.
Okay.
So take everything you know about Yakuza and like just crumble that into a little ball.
Like I said, I never played a Yakuza game. It's crazy because I used to see that game like when I was really on PlayStation heavy or PlayStation Plus. Those were like they had the Yakuza, like all of their games were like free to play. You feel what I'm saying? Like you played the subscription, but it was like free to play, and I never chose one of them games to play. From what he's saying though, it's more so going to be on the like heavy parry, heavy like there's not just like a mash the button. It's not a beat 'em up. It's more so like a, you know what I'm saying, his turn, my turn, his turn. You feel what I'm saying? More like a Souls-like, but not like a Souls-like.
And throw that in the trash because that does not apply here. This game is slow, it is weighty, and if you are not careful, you will get your ass kicked real quick. What makes the dynamic kind of left and right combat so interesting is it's very contextual. The moves will change based on like the way you combo your left and right hands, the way you hold down the trigger and for how long, the position of yourself and the position of your enemies. For example, like when I would do a dodge and then I would press the left trigger, I would do this like special like kind of like back kick that would like kind of stagger the enemy in a certain way, and then I could like rush up into them and do like a gut punch. It's very dynamic, but it's also kind of got this frenetic messiness to it that's really hard to get a grasp on.
He's just not gonna glance over the takedown though, like he in UFC. He's just not gonna glance over this takedown like he not like this is not a UFC move. Watch it though.
Messiness to it that's really hard to get a grasp on.
But then you just end up right there. Maggot. Going crazy.
I found myself struggling like throughout the demo to kind of get grips with it.
I told you.
By the end of the demo, it was starting to click with me.
I gotta go play the demo.
And I was like, oh, okay, like I understand what they're going for. And it does create this sort of unique melee feel that doesn't quite feel like any other game I've played, which I think is really cool. And
Okay.
then the second combat challenge, I got to use like this giant crowbar, and
Okay.
that was like incredibly slow. But as you can imagine, because this is a massive crowbar, it's kind of meant for area of effect, you know, large pool of enemy type situations. Crowd control, that's the word.
Crowd control.
Because it's a two-handed weapon, the left and right triggers would instead just kind of do different styles of attacks. So the left trigger, you would do this sort of like forward, upward jab. The way it seems to work is like your left hand, or left action, I should say, is about kind of like stunning the enemy and putting them off for a second. With the third character, where I had a knife, you hold a knife in one hand, so all of your right triggers
Let's put a
are
knife
using the knife. But then
and on
your
your left
hand is kind of
punching or grabbing.
There's this move you would do where you would like get up close to the enemy, you would tap the left trigger, you would do like a quick little jab punch like in the face, and then they get stunned. You would immediately follow up with your knife and just like stab them right in there.
Yeah, this look like it's gonna be fine. I will say this though, like I would maybe speed it up a tad bit. I'm not saying they make it Phantom Blade Zero fast, but at least something that's not like it's super like from what I'm looking like it does look slow. But what I'm thinking is if you was to speed it up a tad bit, meaning like the enemies attacking faster, the parries are faster, the way like what the moves he does off the parry is faster, different moves and stuff like that, different stuns. I think maybe closer to like Crimson Desert type of fast, not super fast like Phantom Blade Zero, but like Crimson Desert fast, like the way though, like it flows. You feel what I'm saying? But it's more, it does look more hand to hand. So I don't know.
Final encounter was a solo encounter against not like a boss, but like a high level enemy who had like this huge health pool. He was kind of like
the there challenge. Like from what I'm seeing from there, like this is just basic stuff. Like you could have made him like does something a little bit more. You feel what I'm saying? Edgier.
Boss, but like a high level
he just stabs him. He could have stab, kicked. You feel what I'm saying? Like it gotta be a little bit, make them a little bit more, not aggressive, but a little bit more, it gotta be a little bit more stylish. Because the game itself, like, just think about it. A mob game in Japan, China, wherever it's set at, the story's gonna be fat because it has Snoop Dogg, Tupac. So you just don't know where they're gonna go, the direction of the story. But like, if the combat can live up to what, you know what I'm saying, it should be, this game could be fire. Like the game is already fire because of the story, but the game could be what it's supposed to be if you know what I'm saying, if they get the combat down pat. Like for right now, the combat just looks basic. It looks like a regular melee, you know what I'm saying? It could be a little repetitive.
Had like this huge health pool. He was kind of like the big challenge of the demo, and it really like forced me to learn and really like get comfortable with every intricacy of what I've been doing and the way the combat works, because I got my ass handed to me many times. I actually thought I wasn't gonna beat it, but then one of the people, you know, hosting the event actually told me that there is a parry mechanic that I didn't realize was in the game.
Right.
And when he told me that, I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then the parry mechanic's also interesting because the way it works is you will block with B, and then if you press left bumper or right bumper, you parry, but you have to press the correct bumper based on the way they swing.
Ooh.
So if they, you know, swing to the left.
I'm liking that. It's not, I mean, yeah, that's going to be challenging because just imagine if somebody who's moving a little bit faster than what they're moving and you got to kind of like be really paying attention to what hand they're swinging with would be crazy. It's more challenging.
And you parry with the right, like it'll end up not working and you'll like end up taking damage. So you have to kind of learn the enemy's patterns to correctly parry, which ended up being extremely satisfying. And I was able to use it very effectively to kind of like beat that boss. It sort of taught me that there are different types of moves that are kind of meant for each specific enemy.
See, it should be more than that.
And master and understand what move makes sense to beat that specific enemy.
It is from looking at it, it just looks very slow and meticulous. Like they're gonna have to do something about that. That's gonna turn a lot of people off. I can see that right now, just from what we've been getting lately, from different hack and slash, different Souls likes, just different things. Even if you go all the way back to Berserker Kazan, like. The parry system is one thing, but like it's gotta be fun to fight. if you're gonna have melee, it's got to be fun to fight. If it's not fun to fight, then it's really gonna be hard for certain players to play the game if they're not just playing it just for the story itself.
I started it confused and unsure, but by the end of the demo, I got to spend enough time with the combat that it's like I understand the vision. I get what they're going for, and I actually think it feels really cool and unique. I'm a fan of this combat. I think it's pretty neat. I think it's very different.
Damn, because
apart
big
from
worm, big perm.
any other melee combat I've ever played in this style of game.
It does,
and it actually has me.
It does look unique, and I see the potential too. But it's just like it's way too slow. It's way too slow.
Like really excited to check out more of it. Unfortunately, I don't know much else about the game as far as like story and gameplay, so that's something that hopefully we'll get a chance to check out more so we can really dive into, because like, man, the heck is up with Tupac? Anyway, I'm done there. This is GameSpot. If you want to see more coverage,
yeah, that's cool right there. Like I said, bro, like the game is the game is fire. The story is fire. The characters that you have in there, Snoop Dogg, Tupac, is fire. People want to know why is he in the game? What's the story about? That's the intriguing factor. Now, to get we baking the cake, right? To get the right ingredients, the right measurements, and all that, the combat has to be there. Like the game can't just be based on Tupac, Snoop Dogg, and story. Like it has to be fun to play. And watching it, yeah, it looks different. Yes, the combat looks. What's the word I'm looking for? The combat looks, you know what I'm saying, different. But for a lack of words, it's different. But it is, you know what I'm saying. It's to its own. If you feel what I'm saying, it's to its own. But it's just slow. It's slow. It's like I want to be able to parry, boom, 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 or parry and he attack, or he boom. If I hit him, he parry me, or I mess up, he punishes me in a certain way. Like, but it's just like boom. Like he attack, I parry, I hit him. It's over. I hit him so hard he backs up. Now I gotta walk to him, and it's just like. I don't know. In the comments, y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. I think this game can be very, very good. It has a lot of hype around it because of who's in it. But if they don't get this combat to where as though like people actually like playing the game, it could ruin the game, to be honest. But let me know in the comments how y'all feel about it.